On this video, I'm going to show you guys one very cool TJ that spans 3 generations of Jeepers. Now, I'm going to get behind the camera and introduce you to the guys that have kept this TJ alive for all those years. All right, let's get to it.
Name's Kelly Carter. This is my son Jackson. And this is our 2005 TJ. It's been in my family since day one. My dad bought it in '05, brand new. And he enjoyed it. We went wheeling. Kind of passed it down to me when I needed a car at some point, and it kind of became mine. It later evolved to turning into my son's first car. Yeah, so I own Low Range 4x4 down in Wilmington, North Carolina. We build Jeeps and trucks all day long. So naturally, he's into it. You know, he's been up there at the shop with me. He ground all the brackets off these axles. You know, he knows what to do, and it's been around it his whole life, so.
I'm 15. I've been driving it off-road for 3 years. I started wheeling with my dad when I was around 6. I always loved riding in it. My grandparents had it. I used to go to Highway 55 and stuff. I just grew up riding in it every day from school and back to school.
It started off right out of the gate, Rubicon Express long arm. It was the best thing out at the time, and it works great, and it's always worked great, so it's still on there. Well, it was set up pretty good. It's a Rubicon, so it had Dana 44s. We wheeled it like that for a good long time, and I just, you know, wheeling has evolved. It's tougher now than it was 20 years ago with what we do anyway. So I wanted it to be reliable. I don't want a trailer anywhere. So right out the gate, went to 1-ton axles. The rear's a Dana 60 out of a junkyard out of a E350 van. Pretty much left it as is, just cut the brackets off, weld some TJ brackets on, threw ARB and gears in it. It's a 35 spline now, so you know, we upgrade a little bit there. The front is a little more involved. We wanted the offset of the pinion to be better than a Super Duty axle. It crams the pinion all the way on the driver's side. It's a little tough to package a drivetrain. We had a housing built from East Coast Gear Supply. It's basically a 79 F250 60. And it's got Super Duty outers. So all the brakes, rotors, unit bearing, joints, everything's Super Duty. The drivetrain is stock. It's 4-liter 42RE Rubicon case. You know, it's a 4.5 Rubicon Express spring, but with the axles, you know, the girth of the axle makes it a little taller. I put the ARB dual compressor in so I figured it would air up a 37 pretty good. So we went with that compressor. So we did that, and we put a little switch system in there. He's probably gonna have some lights and trinkets in the future that we'll need power for. So we put that in there. The bumper is a Genrite aluminum stubby. We had it painted just so it'd look a little flashier. Warren XD9000, can't beat it. So the steering's Heim joint built, so it reacts quickly, quicker than a tie rod end. So it takes some getting used to, but super strong, safe. We'll probably add PSC in the future, just because it's lockers and 37s, rock crawling, you're gonna need it. For now, we're starting off the build. So we drive it on the street every day. It drives great. To me, it drives great. He has jumped in it and drives it. My wife drives it occasionally. So we went with the KMC Machete beadlock. They're tried and true. I've had them on multiple vehicles. It's a 17x9 with a 3.5-inch back spacing. Wanted to clear the brakes well. Kind of give it some width. He likes the wide vehicles. So it kind of gives us the width, allows us to air down these Nittos to like 5 PSI. Rock crawl's great like that.
I wanted Nitto mud grappers because they're loud. It's really aggressive. With the big tread blocks, it looks very different than some of the other tires. everybody looks at you and you're rolling down the road, like, what is that thing? I've driven on the trail grapplers and the mud grapplers. The trail grapplers I haven't had too much experience with off-road. These, I like them. They've done me good, so. I like rock crawling more than mud. It's so precise. You gotta pick your line precisely. When you're in mud, you just kind of floor it and hope for the best. It's a good size before you go to 40s, a little bit bigger in the 35s. I feel like you're not gonna break anything with them. They're easy to, you can still get up the hard trails, but it's not too easy on the mediocre trails.
We did a hood louver. No real purpose other than it looks cool. The Jeep wasn't having heating problems or nothing like that. It just looked neat. Decided to put it on. It's pretty special. When I was 16, I built a CJ7 with my dad, and it was something I still remember to this day. And I kind of wanted the same experience for him, you know. It really didn't need a lot, but you know, we figured out some things to do, and it's been fun working with him, explaining to him how things work and showing him how to gear the axle. And I want him to know every piece on it. That way, if he breaks it or something happens, he can fix it himself. He don't have to rely on somebody else. That's why I wanted him to be hands-on. Everything we do, his hands are on it.
It's very rewarding. When you build something and you get to take it off-road and it works perfectly, that's pretty exciting. I love the seats. It's very comfortable to drive. I feel like I have a lot of room when I'm driving it. I don't feel like I'm stuffed up in there. But the back seat it's pretty tight back there. But if my brother's riding in there, he'll be fun. I like taking it places. I love the mountains. That's why UR is one of my favorites. I love going on the beach and fishing. Fishing is one of my main things I love to do. I like the hardtop. It's a little warmer in the winter, doesn't leak, and it's a little quieter. I want to get something for a spare tire. I don't know what that includes, but also stretching it in the future. I think what I like about it most is you're going up a trail and you get to the top and you look down and it's like, I just did that. And you're at the top looking at all the scenery and everything. It's pretty cool.